Hi students and friends, welcome to the channel Learn and Teach by Sir Ayaz. We are doing the topic respiration and circulation for grade or level 8. The learning outcomes are from the book International Lower Secondary Science Book 3 published by Marshall Cavendish Education. Let's begin with the summary of the last video. Breathing is a mechanical or physical process by which oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is given out with the help of the respiratory system. Lungs are the specialized organs in the human body for breathing. The mechanism of breathing involves two main processes, that is inhalation and exhalation. During inhalation, we breathe in air, and these things happen at the same time. That is, the rib cage is raised or moves up, the diaphragm contracts and flattens down, lungs expand, etc. Exhalation is the opposite to inhalation. That is, we breathe out air. The rib cage drops down or come down. The diaphragm relaxes and arches upwards. Lungs become smaller, etc. Inside, inside lungs, there are air sacs or alveoli which render a large surface area for the exchange of gases, and it takes place rapidly and efficiently. Oxygen diffuses from alveoli into blood in the capillaries. Blood transports oxygen to the cells. In the same way, carbon dioxide, which is a waste gas, diffuses from blood in the capillaries into the alveoli. Here are the learning outcomes for this lesson. To compare the composition of inhaled and exhaled air, to explain that blood transports substances to and from the cells of body tissues. Inhaled air and its composition. Inhaled air is the air we breathe in. Inhaled air is the air we breathe in. Inhaled air contains a high concentration or percentage of oxygen and a lower concentration or percentage of carbon dioxide and water vapor. It contains high percentage of O2, low percentage of CO2 and H2O. Exhaled air is the air we breathe out. It is the air we breathe out. It contains a high concentration or percentage of carbon dioxide along with water vapor and a lower concentration or percentage of oxygen. High percentage of CO2 and H2O. Low percentage of O2. Blood circulatory system in humans. The blood circulatory system is the transportation system for the human body. It comprises of heart, blood, and blood vessels. In this system, blood serves as a truck. You can see the truck. Now, how does this system work? We know that trucks carry and deliver stuff like food, clothes, and other accessories to houses and stores. And trucks also pick and take garbage away from our houses, offices, factories, etc. So our blood runs or circulates around the body just like a truck. Blood circulates around the body just like a truck. It carries oxygen and nutrients which are needed by each cell in our body. Carries oxygen and nutrients which are needed by each cell in our body. Blood then delivers these materials, oxygen and nutrients to the cell, and it also picks up and transport waste carbon dioxide to organs, which then eventually removes from our body. Blood also picks CO2, which is eventually removed from our body. What is heart? Our heart is an important muscular organ in our body. It pumps blood into all parts of our body. It's an important muscular organ that pumps blood into all parts of our body. In this way, our heart renders the body with oxygen and nutrients it needs to function properly and efficiently. Size of a human heart is about the size of a clenched fist, and it weighs between 340 450 grams. Weight of human heart. 300 to 450 grams. Where is the heart in the human body? Our heart is situated in the middle of the chest. It is situated in the middle of the chest. It's behind and slightly just behind and slightly left side of our breastbone and slightly to the left side of our breastbone. Now, this is the diagram of human heart. See, it has 4 chambers. These are the 4 chambers: right atrium, right ventricle, left atrium, left ventricle. These chambers are very important and they played very important role in the circulation of blood in our body. What are blood vessels? Well, these are the tubes through which the blood circulates in our body. Blood vessels are the tubes through which the blood circulates in our body. It includes a network of arteries, capillaries, and veins. Blood vessels carry and transport blood to and from the heart to different parts of the human body. Carry and transport blood to and from the heart to different parts of the body. Types of blood vessels. 3 main types of blood vessels are capillaries, veins, and arteries. Let's talk about capillaries. Capillaries are tiny blood vessels. They are tiny blood vessels. They have thin walls so that oxygen and nutrients from the blood can pass easily and get into organs and tissues. These tiny blood vessels take away waste products like carbon dioxide from our tissues. They have thin walls so that oxygen and nutrients from the blood can pass easily and get into organs and tissues. Get into organs and tissues. So take away carbon dioxide from our tissues. Veins, they have 2 main functions. They have 2 main functions. First one is to collect oxygen poor blood. Is to collect oxygen poor blood throughout our body. and then bring it back to the heart. Then bring it back to the heart. Second function is to carry oxygen-rich blood from our lungs to the heart. Second is to carry oxygen-rich blood from our lungs to the heart. Arteries. These blood vessels distribute oxygen-rich blood from our heart to all of our body. They distribute oxygen-rich blood from our heart to all of our body cells. All of our body cells. This is the heart. Let's talk about blood. Blood is a mixture of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. It's a mixture of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. Plasma is the yellow liquid that makes up most of the blood. Makes up most of the blood. Plasma carries materials like water, nutrients, carbon dioxide, hormones, and other dissolved substances. Water, nutrients, carbon dioxide, hormones, etc. Platelets are small, colorless cells known as fragments in our blood. They inhibit or prevent bleeding and form clots. Platelets inhibit bleeding and form clots. White blood cells help us in fighting against infection and other diseases, and therefore are part of the immune system. Red blood cells carry oxygen and it renders oxygen to the cells for respiration. Red blood cells renders oxygen to cells for respiration. Red blood cell contain a protein called hemoglobin. It contain hemoglobin. Hemoglobin takes up oxygen from our lungs and takes it to all parts of the body. Globin picks up oxygen from our lungs and takes it to all parts of our body. It also transports carbon dioxide to the lungs. Our blood looks red due to hemoglobin. Now this is the blood. You can see the red blood cells. These are the red blood cells. These are lots of red blood cells. I want to show you platelets. These are the platelets. You'll find platelets. These are the platelets. And white blood cells will be like this. These are the white blood cells. And yellow one is the fluid plasma. White blood cells. These are the platelets. Yellow fluid, you see the area. The rest of the thing, not these red blood cells, are plasma. So here's a summary of this lesson. Inhaled air is the air we breathe in. Exhaled air is the air we breathe out. Inhaled air contains a high concentration or percentage of oxygen and a lower concentration or percentage of carbon dioxide and water vapor, while exhaled air contains a high concentration or percentage of carbon dioxide along with water vapor and a lower concentration or percentage of oxygen. The blood circulatory system is a transportation system for the human body. It comprises the heart, blood, and blood vessels. In the blood circulatory system, blood runs or circulates around the body. It carries oxygen and nutrients which are needed by each cell in our body. Blood then delivers these materials, oxygen and nutrients to the cells, and it also picks up and transports waste, carbon dioxide, to organs, which then eventually removes from our body. Our heart is an important muscular organ in our body that pumps blood into all parts of our body. Our heart provides the body with oxygen and nutrients it needs to function properly and efficiently. Blood vessels carry and transport blood to and from the heart to different parts of the human body. Three main types of blood vessels are capillaries, veins, and arteries. Capillaries are tiny blood vessels transporting oxygen and nutrients from the blood into organs and tissues. They take away waste products like carbon dioxide from our tissues. Veins collect oxygen poor blood throughout our body and bring it back to the heart. It also carries oxygen rich blood from our lungs to the heart. Arteries distribute oxygen-rich blood from our heart to all parts of to all of our body cells. Blood is a mixture of red blood cells, white blood cells, platelets, and plasma. Plasma is a yellow liquid that makes up most of the cell. Plasma carries materials like water, nutrients, etc., and other dissolved substances. Platelets are small, colorless cells that inhibit bleeding and form clots. White blood cells help us in fighting against infection and other disease. They are part of the immune system. Red blood cells carry oxygen and it renders oxygen to the cells for respiration. Thanks for watching. Press like and share my video. For more videos, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon.